song, and I'm accompanied today by my good friend and colleague, January Lim. That's right, September and January. We're not your average calendar girls. My assignment this afternoon is to essentially give you a charge as we are wrapping up our precious time together. My assignment is to send you with a charge to imagine. Imagine what the church would look like if women were fully free. Imagine a better future, a kingdom future. Living in the kingdom untainted by colonization, untainted by any form of oppression. As we imagine this glorious future, this your kingdom come, your will be done future, I also want to invite you to look back. Here we go. How I got over. How did I make it over? How I got over? How did I make it over? You know my soul looks back and wonders, how did I make it over? Some of you may be asking, why are we looking back and reflecting on trauma and oppression? Why look back when we're supposed to be grabbing hold and imagining this kingdom future? Well, I dare say we look back not only in reverence of our ancestors, but we look back and we find those pockets of hope. They're there. The places of fractured existence that still somehow produce love and light and hints of freedom. When we look back, we can see that Christ indeed was at work, even there. Who is familiar with the Sankofa bird? I'm wearing my Sankofa bird earrings. These were a gift from a friend of mine from Africa, so yes, I share that with you, Miss Sandra. The Sankofa bird is seen with its feet pointing forward and its head looking back. It's looking back in the direction of where it came, but its feet are pointing forward where it's going. Sankofa is translated as, it is not taboo to go back and fetch what you forgot. Sankofa teaches us that we must look back to our roots if we really want to move forward. Yeah. So I do invite you. How I got over. You know this, sing with me. How I got over. You know my soul looks back and wonders, how did I make it over? To the verse. Just as soon as I see Jesus, the man who set me free, he was the man that bled and suffered. You know he died on Calvary. I'm going to thank him for how he brought me. I'm going to thank him for how he taught me. I'm going to thank my God for how he kept me and how he never, never, never left me. So here's an example, just one example of looking back and seeing those pockets of hope that I was referring to. This example, it provides a bit of power and strength that was gathered from trauma. Can I tell you a story? Can I tell you a story? I'm not just singing this song because I like it, because I think it's cool. It is cool. But there is very real significance to this particular song, How I Got Over. This gospel hymn was composed by Clara Ward in 1951. It was inspired by a traumatic experience where the Clara Ward singers were traveling in the segregated South. They came upon a group of white men. The men were enraged that black women were riding around in a luxury car, a Cadillac to be exact. They surrounded their car and terrorized them, taunting them with racial slurs. The women were rescued when Gertrude Ward basically had a fit, and she began fiercely spewing curses and incantations right back at the men. You know, they just took off. Now that is some inspiration, isn't it? It is this very incident, the story I just shared, that inspired this very song. It's been sung by Mahalia Jackson. It's been sung by Shirley Caesar, and even the Queen of Soul herself. We recently just buried her, Aretha Franklin, saying How I Got Over. Now that's staying power. Amen. Born out of trauma. Yes. A traumatic experience gave birth to this. Let's sing a little bit more. As soon as I see Jesus, yes, the man who set me free, he was the man that bled and suffered. You know, we hung on Calvary. I'm gonna thank him for how he brought me. I'm gonna thank him for how he taught me. I'm gonna thank my God for how he kept me and how he never left me. And then I'm gonna sing hallelujah. Yeah, I'm gonna shout, trouble's over. You know my soul looks back and wonders how I made it over. So how do we take these things from our past? The things that we've either forgotten or we chose to forget. The things that we compartmentalized and shoved way down. You know, yesterday our sister Irene Cho, she helped me to remember something. It was a memory that I truly had forgotten even happened. It was one of those tuck away and hope that it disintegrates memories. Attached to it was shame and regret and anger. But it was an anger that I had buried. So first I have to say thank you to Irene Cho for causing me to remember. Thank you. Then secondly, I have to say thank you to Kathy Kong for telling us, don't lose your anger, but let it be fueled by God's love. So I bless you, my Asian sisters. Yeah. You know I do. Yesterday, our sister Irene Cho, she helped me with that. So thank you. So what can we do, women of God? What is our charge? How do we go from this place where we've heard and we've felt and we've received so much from each other? How do we imagine? We say thank you for how he brought me. We say thank you for how he taught me. We say thank my God for how he kept me and how he never left me. That's it. We say thank you. Can you say thank you? Thank you. We actually say thank you and we bless it. Sounds kind of weird, don't it? My friend Anastasia Fuentes, this is a private conversation between me and Anastasia. She says, we bless the ways in which we have been able to survive. We bless the ways in which we have been able to survive. It's a personal prescription how God holds us, isn't it? We bless all those ways that you've been kept. Thank you, Anastasia. We connect with fellow survivor warriors, as our sister friend Akimini Yuan shared, and she reminded us of even our union with Christ, because Jesus too, he was a suffering servant. Jesus too. We are not alone. We are not unseen. Our very El Roha, he sees us. So knowing this, that God sees us and is with us, we must to connect and see each other. How do we connect? We ought to be the bringers of spring to each other. Again, thank you, Irene, for that one. That was prophecy. If you really want to know, come visit me and I'll tell you why I say that was prophecy. Dr. Sandra Morgan, she made it very clear to us. God does not promise us Disney fairy tales. But what we've done here, this is real. This is not fairy tale. We have brought springtime one to each other. And on this journey, that's what we have to do. Bring springtime one to another. That's what's real. So I charge you, beautiful women of God, to be each other's springtime. That's called covering. Cover each other. I charge you to cover each other with love. I also charge you to be each other's catalysts. As Kathy King stated, we provoke and evoke to do that work of voice. Be a catalyst one to another. Don't just get in your own organization, your own ministry, and just kind of be in your own lane. Be available to touch and to receive, to give, so that we can provoke and evoke each other to good works in this kingdom. And lastly, by the power of God that is invested in me, I charge you to continue. Again, that sounds a little vague, doesn't it? Continue. But keep going. In the words of our dear sister, friend, teacher, Andrea Smith, we move forward to a space that we have no idea where we're going. We don't. And still we go. So imagine that, my beautiful sisters. I'm going to thank him for how he brought me. I'm going to thank him for how he taught me. I'm going to thank